to be honest.
I got the game loaded
Alright,
up.
okay. Alright, intact. Okay, so the right side is your spawn units, okay?
Yep.
So that's how you're going to build anything. And the way to build things is to kill things, or it generates over time, but that's slowly. So let's start off with some basic infantry troops. Now, I usually start off with Panzer Grenadiers, or you start off with assault infantry with a smaller vehicle. Let's just go ahead and build Panzer Grenadiers, okay? Alright, there you are. I see you. Okay, so now you see those. Now you see here. I'm gonna come over with you. Okay. Now you see that first command post. It should be yellow on your map.
There's a bunch of them.
Okay, the one closest to you on the right.
Okay.
Alright, go to that. Very good. Very good. And with these things, you gotta capture them to earn more points. The more you wait, Baron, do these also generate points for you to buy units as well?
I don't know for sure.
Anyway, so these, if anything, will generate points for you guys to win the game. So these are pretty crucial.
Actually, real quick, I'm fairly certain that they don't, but in other modes, getting points may add to your income, but in assault zones they don't.
If you double-click infantry, they'll move, or anything, they'll move faster, right?
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, if you double-click, they will run.
All right,
but
so
without disregard, they will disregard enemy fire. If you single-click, they'll walk cautiously or run cautiously.
So right now we have no protection other than trees. So what you want to do is you want to set up a little sandbags. So you see the gears.
Yeah, I need to close my Steam thing here. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's right. We don't have sandbags. Never mind. Scratch that. All right.
Yeah, with those guys.
Go ahead and build some regular infantry and pull them up there, intact.
Well, just like assault, all regular infantry.
Yeah. Go ahead and move them up there as well.
Okay.
There you go. So once we capture this, we're gonna move our guys into a nice position for a flank or for like defense. You see that little farm right there in a square? It has like some like barrels in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Here, do what I do right
compound.
Here. Watch what my guys do, then put them there when I'm done. And covering this game is really a huge factor.
Yes. And there's visual cover like a bush.
Yeah,
and then there's physical cover like those barrels would be, the walls, the farmhouses.
So this is good right here because I have a huge vantage point on A at the moment, and
A being the center control point.
Yeah, so that's good. So move you guys up there, where my guys just were.
Alright.
Alright, so now your regular infantry is right there. Right? So select them. And now you should see the gears, right?
Yep.
Put them at D. And so the gears, press sandbag, and then draw with the right on where the sandbag should be, and that's where they'll build it. And sandbags do a lot in this game.
I don't see sandbags.
Does the regular infantry have sandbags?
He's moving his Panzer Grenadiers.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
His regular infantry are back at the squad D or zone D.
Alright.
Put up the sandbags at zone D. Actually, it'd be.
Yeah, I have them. I have the regular infantry.
Alright, now hold the right mouse button, and drag in any direction you want to set them.
Do you see an option for sandbags at all?
No.
Okay.
If you have,
build assault
the gears?
Yeah, he's on it.
No, it's regular infantry.
Okay, hang on. Let me just go up on it real quick. Yeah, it's set breastwork.
Oh.
Okay, now right click and
drag. Yeah, the little
shovel
and bag looking thing.
Nice. Awesome. Now by this time your units would be engaged and fighting, and so you want to bring up some support. Usually by now you want to bring up a small AT gun. They'll bring over a Pack 38, and that's under the transportation and procedurement. Yeah. So bring that up. And a huge factor in this game is elevation. So take your middle mouse button and kind of drag it down, and you can see the elevation of the whole map. And you want to put it somewhere where you have a really nice vantage point over an area. Now, right here, right before D is a really good place because you're on a hill, and that's really good for anti-tanks. Put it on that hill, and that's you're already pretty much set up a good defense for your team. Move your Panzer Grenadiers into, who are these guys, right? Oh, Oh, nice. Shit. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Is that good? How it is?
Yeah, that's fine. I didn't know that was you. Okay. There you go. So by this time, you're fighting. I need some heavy equipment. Go ahead and spawn a Panzer PFW, the second tank.
Someone's having fun with artillery over there.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
And a good thing to have with your tank is infantry around. So go ahead and build some infantry. Just like some regular or assault, and just move it with it to an extent. There you go.
All right.
All right. So now stop your tank right now. Here, I'm gonna spawn mine too. Hang on. All right. I'm coming over to you real quick. All right. Now where's your tank right now in attack?
What? Hold on, I'm trying to get these guys positioned here. Is there a way to turn their angle of without like the Pack 38? Is there a way to turn their angle without making?
Yes. Yes. Hold the R button down, and then left click in the direction you want him to face.
Oh yeah, that's a really good spot. Look at that vantage point.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
That's
Now the
fucking-
real reason you want to build like artillery pieces and stuff, because like since it's under the assumption that everyone has the same amount of resources, the only real differentiation is how you move the units and which units you pick. You kind of eventually get to a point where you want to anticipate what the enemy will make, or just make something that you need to counter what they already have. So here you say you're anticipating them charging your sandbag line. Well, if they bring up armor, you'd want an AT gun like you have right there in that Pack 38.
Okay.
So basically, it's relatively easy to use infantry and artillery. Artillery being both howitzers. Howitzers are like good against infantry, and anti-tank guns good against tanks. And so, like, see here right now, they have 2 zones and we'd have 2 zones. Right now, we'd more than likely, the big fight would be over the middle, or they would be pushing your spot, so those sandbags would be good.
And the goal is to capture what, all the zones?
No,
you don't
just
need to capture all of them.
Uh-huh.
You could all we have to do is capture the middle one right now, and then we'd have 3 out of the 5 total, so our points would be going up. If you look in the top right, they have 22 out of 100, because they had 2 captured when we didn't have any.
Okay. Yeah, I see. So another question is, the CP, you have 180 CP, and then what happens when you run out? Does that ever replenish, or?
Well, 180 CP. What that means, I think that means command points.
That's your limits.
It's like your supply cap in StarCraft. Like you can only build 200 units, right? Well, in this we have it set to 180. So right now, what's your number out of 180?
111.
Yeah, so you can build a
now
lot
I want
more.
you to look at the second to bottom tab, the one called Tank Destroyer, and then hover over the Yagged Panther.
My guys just died. Idiots. Destroyed
Yeah.
that building.
Yeah, that was cool.
Okay.
All right, so. All right,
So you
hang on,
see how the
keep going.
Yagged Panther has a CP value of 38?
Yes.
Like you can only build so many units before you're capped. So you can't just spam hundreds, thousands of units.
Right.
And certain, like the bigger the vehicle or the better the unit, the more command points they cost. So that's what the command points are. Now, if you look at the other numbers to the right of where your artillery tab is,
Artillery's just, these infantry are just stupid. So let them just get ran over. Alright, continue, sorry. What'd you say?
I actually.
Did you
Oh,
look
okay.
where?
So you see your artillery tab, and then there's numbers to the right. Now those numbers are exorbitantly high right now, just for like fun, so we can mess around. But normally they would be limited. Now the top number is how much you've generated in total, and the bottom number is how much you have left after what you've spent.
How do you
So in a
generate
normal
that?
game, it generates it by itself. It's set you can set it in the options, but generally it's a lot slower. So there's
Alright.
kind of a pace to the game, you know, an early game, a mid game, and a late game.
Sure.
Early game's mostly infantry and light vehicles. Mid game, you start getting to tanks. Late game, you get some of the crazy bigger vehicles like King Tigers and Pershing tanks and stuff like that.
So basically,
So-
that number dictates how much you can build in
How much
just
you
artillery.
can spend? No, that's
Overall.
everything.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically that number though, that's how much you can spend. Like hover over your Yagged Panther again. That's like in your tab so you can see how much it costs. There's two values. The CP is like your supply cap, and then MP is like your currency. So the Yagged Panther is 1800. Now we have an insane amount of money, but normally
It's pretty
the
damn
Yagged
low.
Panther would bankrupt you pretty much to get that because it's almost like invincible, or you just would have to save up for it. So there's basically two resources: command points, which limit how many units you can make, and manpower, which dictates, you know, the quality or how many units you can make.
Okay.
So basically, since each team is getting the same amount of income, where you really outclass your opponent is in tactics and unit selection. So if you kill more of his stuff, he'll have to keep buying stuff, whereas you can save up for better things, and he's still having to buy like entry-level stuff.
Right.
Alright,
Yeah,
so the
so-
next thing you should really know is how to use direct control, okay? So, go on your Tiger tank right now.
Okay.
Press E.
Yeah. I think you can drive it around and stuff.
So now press
Yeah.
W.
Yeah.
So now follow me with direct control.
All right, I actually. Okay, I have something.
Alright, let's go. Alright, and then how you
Watch out for enemy artillery just having fun.
Oh
Those are mine, I think, by
snap!
Fly.
accident. Those are mine. They're just on auto thing. Alright, let's keep going. That was a good, nice scenario right there.
Witness the Nebelwerfer.
Alright, so we can see a tank off in the distance right now. Do you see him? Here, I'm gonna shoot him real quick,
Oh yeah,
okay?
yeah.
Alright, so now make sure the target is green and the green dot, and that's where you'll always hit it, or that's your best chance of hitting it.
I don't have any green dots.
Alright, so move up a little bit.
Real quick, look in the bottom left corner. What's the size of your main gun? How many
Oh,
millimeters?
he's not gonna be able to
Really?
kill this tank.
Yeah, see, you have a light tank, so with 20 millimeter, what you're gonna want to do, is basically that's more of an anti-infantry and anti-light vehicle, whereas anti-tank's not. All right, so stop your tank real quick. I wanna actually hover your mouse or turn around, aim your gun at my vehicle.
Bring up
Thank
the
you.
big guns.
Nice.
All right, so my vehicle's lighter. So do you see a chain?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
aim at my engine block. What color is it?
You like yellow? It's just yellow and green.
Fire at my
Red.
engine block. Fire again. Just keep doing it. All right, my engine's damaged now. It's good to hit someone in the engine because what's likely to happen is it's likely to catch fire and explode.
Okay.
Or, actually, all right. So now I'm going to show you a little bit about repairing. All right. So your track is damaged.
Huh.
Click your tank, and then look in the bottom right corner. You should see a wrench.
The wrench, yeah.
Yeah, and they can repair now. Oh, there's two guys. All right, so click the one guy to the left that's not doing anything, and left click, and then hover over your tank and right click. You should see a little square with an arrow pointing down. That means that guy will get into the tank.
Back in there.
Because with only one tread damaged, it only takes one guy to repair it. Now, your tank can get damaged in a number of different ways, and depending on the size of the tank, like the Yagged Panther there, would take a lot more time to repair certain things.
Okay.
And like I can damage turrets and stuff, but I'm afraid with my cannon I'll just straight up destroy it. We'll try it anyway. Oh, that deflected. Yeah, but basically, so the cool thing about this repair function is you can... Yeah, see right now your main gun and your turret are damaged, so that would take a little longer because that's two things to repair, and they're both more complex than repairing the treads. But the cool thing about that is you can take over enemy tanks.
Like get in them?
You can, well, like say you damaged an enemy tank and killed off their crew, or they kept trying to repair it and you kept killing their repair crew, and then it was unmanned. You could repair it and then take it over and use it for yourself. So you can hijack enemy vehicles, you can repair your own.
Okay, that's interesting.
It's pretty cool.
Get shot at, man.
Yeah, go ahead and just shoot at... there's Khan and an IS-2. Go ahead and aim for that guy. Yeah, so now, like, just mess around and start killing stuff.
I'm getting really bad frames. What about you guys?
Okay.
Okay.
Not the greatest. So my machine gun fires as well.
Yeah, when you're in direct control, your other weapon systems will normally be firing automatically. So with that thing, you should have a... I'm not sure if you have a coaxial. Yeah, you have a hull-mounted machine gun and a main cannon.
How do they fire? Can you fire them independently of one another?
Press the right-click button and you should be able to switch to your machine gun. Now your track's damaged, so you're gonna have to repair that. But obviously, since you're further up the field and you're closer to the enemy territory, good job taking out that IS-2, by the way.
I didn't even notice.
Like, that crewman, yeah. When it says hull destroyed in red font, you have taken out the enemy tank. They cannot repair it. It's unusable.
Okay.
So, like, a smart guy, what he would do is, like, since your tank doesn't have a turret, and it's rather heavy, you would detrack it and then flank around it. And the cool thing is, okay, go back to your spawn, and I want you to build an SMG machine gunner, the second tab. It's a single guy. And then I'm going to bring up a Tiger tank. And I'm going to teach you something. Alright, come up to the Tiger tank.
Okay.
Now, obviously, in most conditions, I would be firing at you, but say you got to sneak up on stuff, because tanks have a limited view range, so you generally want to combine them with infantry, because tanks are rather vulnerable to infantry, and we'll show you how. So click your SMG man, and if you look in the bottom left, the bottom bar, you should see 3 different types of grenades. Go ahead and throw the one on the right. The one on the right's a smoke grenade, and you can do that either by manually clicking the mouse button over the grenade, or you can press F3. And the other types of grenades, obviously the one that looks like anti-personnel is anti-personnel, and the one in the middle is the anti-tank grenade. Now back up a little bit from that tank. Actually, wait, I'm going to move it so you can see the effects out of the smoke. Alright, I'm going to want you to throw that anti-tank grenade on top of where my engine is in the back of the tank. Alright. Now, engine damage. Now, what will likely happen is this thing, right now I can repair it. It says I can. But since you damaged the engine, it's on fire and it will likely explode. So you saw the 2 tank crewmen died, the other 2 jumped out. And then there was that red hole destroyed. So, I mean, real quick, one SMG man cost 12 manpower points. That Tiger tank cost 1,200. So, tanks are very powerful, but very vulnerable to even the smallest thing. That's what's cool, is anti-tank grenades, There's also build an anti-tank infantry unit, the second tab. I'm going to bring up another Tiger tank. And now I'm going to want you to aim at my Tiger with the guy with the Panzer Shrek. The one holding the bazooka is the one you're going to want. Now you damaged the main gun. Now move to the side. See, you aimed at the front armor. You took out my main gun and I can repair that. But the weaker spots are the side and obviously the rear. So get more to the side of this Tiger tank. Then take direct control and aim to where it's green. You can aim at the turret, anywhere you want. Just watch out for that tree. Good job. So the hull's damaged. Now if you look on the map, look on the mini-map real quick, it's a yellow triangle. Now if I build another tank right next to it, it's a blue triangle. Or no, excuse me, for you it's green. So there's a green triangle and a yellow triangle. The green means that's a crewed tank by an ally. The yellow means it's free game. So what you're going to want to do is go to that specialized soldiers tab and build tank crew. They're really cheap and it brings 2 guys. Then you're going to get those tank crewmen, approach the Tiger tank, and then pull out, use the wrench function and repair that Tiger tank. And you'll see one of them grab a little repair kit, and then he'll start repairing. And now, you damaged it pretty heavily, so it will take a long time, but that tank will, once it's repaired and you get in it first, it's your tank from now on, even though I purchased it. So, and that one guy's repairing.
So when would you come to the point where you would have a tank just lying around though, like that?
Say we were facing each other and I pull a counter charge to stall you or something, and you took it out. You damaged it or whatever, you killed the crewman, it was damaged and you can repair it. If it's in your area, or if the fighting is somewhere else and there's a damaged tank, like if you look in the middle of the mini-map, there's a yellow triangle.
Sure.
Alright, now I'm sending a guy over. It's a tractor. I can take that tractor. And actually, I'm going to show you some cool things about this. This is what's pretty cool about this game. I just took the tractor, and now I'm going to bring it back to the spawn, where I'm spawning. And then I'm going to buy an artillery piece. I'm going to buy a Pack 38.
You can drag it behind you.
Yeah, so these 2 guys are moving the Pack 38, and they're going to be going a little slow. But obviously with a tractor, or if you have a truck, that's another thing I've done. I've played a game, I've had this done to me plenty of times, so that's where I learned it, is actually I'm going to want you to look at your light vehicles and make a SDKFC 222.
What?
You see that?
222. See,
yeah,
SDKFC 251. I don't see 222.
SDKFC 251. Well, do you see when you're covering over support weaponry, you should see 5 units, right?
Say that again.
Go to support weaponry.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Now go approach that empty anti-tank gun. Now a thing about anti-tank guns, they're hard to destroy, but it's very easy to kill the crewmen. So say my men are dead, or it's an enemy anti-tank gun and it's right there, or you just killed the enemy crewman. Now go up to it, and then you should see what looks like these little chain links.
Yeah.
Right click. Yeah, see now you can tow it anywhere. So tow it a little further, and then right chain link it again. And now it dropped it. Now click your 222.
Yeah.
And look in the, now you see where it's, the icon looks like a square with a down orange arrow. It says unload crew.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to click that and then click next to the tank. Now get those 2 guys and man that anti-tank gun, and then hit the right button and rotate it to face the other, where the middle is. Basically what you did, like under this scenario, what you could have just done is gotten an anti-tank gun, that was vital to like stopping an enemy tank or stealing an enemy anti-tank gun.
Right.
And now you just operated it for, you know, use the mobility of your 222. But you could have gotten tank crew, any infantry you wanted could have done that.
Sure.
And then the cool thing about it is, like, anyone can use that. So, like, you gotta guard that stuff because the enemy just took it, kind of a thing. Or could take it. So that's the thing. Anti-tank guns are cheap and really good at fighting tanks, but they're rather vulnerable to infantry, obviously. But so there you just learned how to tow things. So say you were fighting further up the field, you'd want to tow your guns to get them to the combat quicker.
It's my
And
gun.
there you go, you took it. Oh, is it? Yeah. But, throw a grenade.
Already on it, bro.
See, how cool is this game? They duck out of the way, but not soon enough. Alright, so another thing about build a tank, build a Panzer III Ausf J. It's the first tank under tank support.
Oh.
And I'm going to go over the different kinds of shells. Now, whether you're direct firing, alright, so click your tank and look in the bottom left corner. You'll see it says the statistics about the tank. But then if you look just to the right of that, you'll see a giant shell. Click that and it'll open up a menu of 3 different types of shells.
Right.
You have the armor piercing shell at the top,
Right.
high explosive shell in the middle, and then APCR. APCR is the best for killing tanks, but it has a shorter range than armor piercing, so you got to get in closer. HE is really good against infantry, and armor piercing is kind of your all-around when you want to fight tanks like that.
Okay.
Also, something kind of cool about your tank is if you look at the spaced armor, that side plating,
Yep.
that helps it defeat anti-tank riflemen. And I'm going to bring one over and kind of show that. Alright. Alright, don't shoot the one guy. So yeah, your spaced armor right there is not enabling me to really penetrate that tank very easily.
Right.
But I just knocked it off. So it can take some damage, but it's not like impervious. Which is pretty cool.
Right,
yeah,
right.
so there goes that plates. Yeah. And then so now I can probably detract you if I hit you in the right spot. Yeah. But you get the point. Anti-tank riflemen are really good at lighter vehicles. And you are under attack by Star in a T-3485, 2 T-3485. So what you're going to want to do, build a King Tiger and go and fight Star's tanks over there. And I will back you up. Oh,
King
and
Tiger.
real quick, you repaired the Tiger in the bottom. So get those 2 crewmen and hop them inside it and build another set of crewmen, because ideally tanks usually have a crew of 4 bigger tanks.
I'm confused. Where are those guys?
You just move them to a bush next to your Panzer III, but the Tiger that I had is now ready to go and can be claimed by anyone with crew. So you have 2 guys.
Oh,
yeah,
I see what you're
get
saying.
those 2 guys and build another set of tank crew, because generally you'll have a driver, a machine gunner.
What's this dude crawling on the ground there for? No, bro.
Click him and press
Okay.
spacebar.
Verstanden.
He should get up.
No, he didn't want to. He wants to crawl.
Well, if you got him and then double move or double clicked for a fast move, he would get up and run. And then put another set of tank crew in that, so you'll have the ideal set of 4.
Tank crew.
Which is under
Oh,
specialized
specialized, right?
soldiers. Yeah. Yeah, so you have a King Tiger, and then you just repaired a Tiger at minimal cost. All you had to do was get those crewmen.
Wird gemacht.
And then send the other pair of tank crewmen
Ooh,
also
bros.
to that Tiger tank.
Jawohl.
What is Fly doing?
Verstanden.
Yeah.
Why are they not moving? They said you can have 4, right?
Yeah. How many men are in it right now? Yeah, you just misclicked. And if you now, what I can do here, stop that tank real quick. Any Mormon that I'm sending these guys to try to get in it.
Mormons.
No, you don't need any Mormon, but any Mormon that try to get in it will just sit on a tank to ride it, so you can actually transport infantry. Actually, he manned the machine gun, but the other guy just sat there. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so I guess 5 is the ideal number for those tanks with like guns on the top that have a hull mounted machine gun as well as a turret mounted. Alright, so now it's time to go. Let's see, what happened? I guess Star lost his tanks. Oh, another cool thing, look to your left. Tanks can like move stuff, and bigger tanks can destroy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So you can run over certain walls and houses.
You just get destroyed.
Nice. Yeah, so basically you got the basics, and now we can just mess around and shoot stuff.
Yeah, I think so. I think I got it. For the most part.
Yeah, so like with certain tanks, the bigger ones, you just want to flank around, hit them in the engine block if you can, but obviously it's pretty difficult if they're well defended.
This guy's selected over here. I don't want him selected. Oh, what happened there, man?
Smashed my tank. He's got a giant anti-tank gun on that hill up and to the right. It looks like flies can fight.
I see it.
Alright.
Yeah, I think
Khan's having fun.
I think
with
maybe I've learned how to not be a noob for 2 seconds, and then I'm gonna die. So.
Well, you'll still learn. You know, there's a lot to learn, obviously, and you'll lose tanks a lot. But no matter how good you are, you'll make mistakes every now and then.
Sure.
I never make mistakes.